The soldiers hooked the iron onto the stone sphere. With the prince's command, the handwheel launched the hammer, breaking the chain. The red platform, connected to the stone sphere, soared into the sky, rushing towards the enemy like a tidal wave. The barbarian army, still attacking madly, was unaware of the impending disaster. Soon, the red platform flew above the barbarian camp. As 200-ton stone spheres crashed into the crowd, the red platform followed, piercing through. The massive force flipped people, sheep, and horses, trapping many barbarians inside. Those quick on their feet escaped, while those trapped panicked. Fortunately, someone cut open the red platform, but a petrol smell was detected. Seeing the moment was ripe, the prince took a bow from a guard, lit an arrow, and aimed at the red platform. The arrow, as if guided, struck the center of the red platform, which was soaked in petrol, instantly ignited. The soldiers trapped inside turned into a fiery inferno. Soldiers then launched numerous firebombs, setting the airborne red platform ablaze. Flames rained down like a storm, quickly throwing the barbarian army into chaos. Realizing this couldn't continue, the leader led a charge. As soldiers set up defenses, the prince ordered an attack. Arrows rained down. Like a storm, killing many barbarian soldiers, yet, for their country, they pressed on, charging through the arrows. After losing nearly half their soldiers, they reached the kingdom's defenses. However, once the defense system was in place, breaking through was nearly impossible. They had not only thick iron defenses but also spears to counterattack through gaps. No matter how the barbarians struck the defense line, not a hair was harmed. Soon, the second wave of the barbarian army charged. The prince, seeing this, issued the second plan, and the soldiers behind immediately began to switch positions. Following that, a second volley of arrows rained down swiftly. The soldiers from both sides soon engaged in close combat. Even the crown prince joined the battlefield, and his combat prowess was off the charts. With a single meteor hammer, he left the barbarian army powerless. A casual swing would knock down a large group of enemies. The second prince, not to be outdone, picked up a storm greatsword in his left hand and a small Taishan axe in his right. Any barbarian who charged forward was slain without exception. Meanwhile, the defensive formation on the other side began to loosen, and barbarians started to break through. The leader, Jianzhuang, immediately changed the battle plan. At this moment, the second prince also came to support, holding 2 chasing wind spears. He was unexpectedly powerful, able to single-handedly challenge 100 enemies. Seeing this, the second prince refused to be outdone and also picked up a meteor hammer to counterattack. The two brothers fought more fiercely, even competing over their battle achievements, as whoever showed bravery in battle could be chosen next. As a king, the two began a frenzied slaughter of the barbarians. Any soldier who charged was doomed. Seeing his subordinates die miserably before him, the barbarian leader, Jianzhuang, decided to take action himself, but he was no match for the prince, who knocked his mount unconscious with a single hammer blow. The two then engaged in hand-to-hand combat on the ground. Unexpectedly, the leader's strength was astonishing, pinning dozens of people on the prince. However, the prince, in a moment of rage, exerted his strength and sent all the bodies flying. He then donned a pair of pure gold lion gloves, and with 2 punches, left the leader toothless. Dragging him, he began to walk towards the enemy camp. The soldiers panicked instantly, as their leader had been defeated, and they had no will to stand the ground. Soon, the scene gradually calmed down. The next day, the queen held a king selection ceremony. However, because the younger prince was more ferocious in battle and bravely led the charge, the crown prince became the general, while the younger prince naturally became the new king.